Time changes everything, but Queen Margaret's love for her favorite granddaughter Princess Leonor never changes. In the heart of a sprawling kingdom, where the echoes of history blend seamlessly with the whispers of the present, there exists a timeless bond that defies the relentless march of time. It is a bond forged in love, nurtured by shared moments, and solidified through trials and triumphs. This is the story of Queen Margaret and her beloved granddaughter, Princess Leonor, a tale that not only explores their unique relationship but also the profound impact of love across generations. A royal beginning. Queen Margaret, a woman of grace and poise, has ruled her kingdom with wisdom and compassion for decades. Her reign has seen the rise and fall of empires, the ebb and flow of political alliances, and the constant evolution of societal norms. Yet, amid the shifting tides of power and change, one constant remains: her unwavering love for Princess Leonor. Leonor, the apple of her grandmother's eye, embodies the spirit of youth and potential. With her bright eyes and infectious laughter, she dances through the halls of the palace, a beacon of hope for the future. But as time weaves its intricate tapestry, the relationship between the queen and her granddaughter is tested in ways neither could have anticipated. The early years, a bond formed in innocence. From the moment Leonor was born, Queen Margaret felt an unparalleled connection. She watched as the tiny bundle of joy grew into a spirited young girl, curious about the world around her. The queen often reminisced about her own childhood, a time filled with dreams and aspirations. In her heart, she hoped Leonor would chart her own path, free from the burdens of royal expectations. As a child, Leonor would sneak into her grandmother's study, where the queen would regale her with tales of legendary queens and brave knights. These stories, rich with lessons of love, sacrifice, and resilience, became the foundation of Leonor's character. "Tell me another story, grandmother," she would ask, her eyes wide with wonder. And Queen Margaret, delighted by her granddaughter's enthusiasm, would oblige, crafting narratives that often mirrored their lives and the challenges they would face. The trials of adolescence. As Leonor approached her teenage years, the world around her began to change dramatically. The whispers of court politics grew louder, and the pressures of royal life began to weigh heavily on her shoulders. Queen Margaret watched with a mix of pride and concern as her granddaughter navigated the complexities of growing up in a world that demanded perfection. During this tumultuous period, their bond was tested. Leonor, once carefree and innocent, began to feel the constraints of her royal duties. She longed for freedom, freedom to choose her own destiny, to explore the world beyond the palace walls. "Why must I always follow the rules?" Leonor questioned one evening, her voice tinged with frustration. Queen Margaret, sensing her granddaughter's turmoil, took her hand and led her to the balcony overlooking the vast kingdom. "Leonor," she began gently, "the rules may seem confining, but they are here to protect you. You have a purpose that is greater than you can imagine. Embrace it, but never lose sight of who you are." The queen's words resonated deeply, igniting a spark of determination within Leonor. She began to understand that love, while sometimes restrictive, was also a guiding force, one that would help her navigate the challenges of her future. The weight of expectations. As the years went by, the expectations placed upon Princess Leonor grew heavier. With her grandmother's impending abdication on the horizon, the pressure to prepare for her role as the future queen intensified. Queen Margaret, wise and perceptive, recognized the signs of her granddaughter's struggle. In an effort to ease her burden, she devised a plan, a journey that would take them away from the palace and into the heart of their kingdom. "Let us travel to the villages," she proposed one day, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "We will meet the people, hear their stories, and understand their hopes and dreams." Leonor's face lit up at the idea. This was the freedom she craved, a chance to connect with the very subjects she would one day serve. Their journey became a tapestry of shared experiences, laughter, and poignant moments that deepened their bond. A journey of discovery. As they traveled from village to village, Queen Margaret and Leonor encountered a diverse array of people, each with their own narrative. They listened to farmers speak of their struggles, artisans share their crafts, and children laugh in the streets. One day, while visiting a small village known for its vibrant markets, they met an elderly woman who shared her life story, a tale of love lost, resilience, and hope. Moved by the woman's strength, Leonor began to realize that her own challenges paled in comparison to the trials faced by those who lived outside the palace walls. "Grandmother," she said, her voice filled with newfound conviction, I want to be a queen who understands her people, who listens to their needs." Queen Margaret smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "And you will be, my dear. Your compassion is your greatest strength." The challenge of change. However, just as their bond began to flourish, the winds of change swept through the kingdom. Political unrest and social upheaval threatened to disrupt the peace that Queen Margaret had worked so hard to maintain. Amidst this turmoil, Leonor found herself thrust into the spotlight. The media scrutinized her every move, and public opinion shifted like sand in the wind. The pressure of expectation weighed heavily on her, causing her to question her worth and abilities. "Why must they judge me so harshly?" she lamented one evening, tears brimming in her eyes. Queen Margaret took her granddaughter's hands in her own, the warmth of her love enveloping Leonor like a protective shield. "People fear what they do not understand," she replied softly. "Focus on what you can control, your actions, your heart, and your dedication to serving others. The love we share will always be your anchor." The power of legacy. As Queen Margaret's health began to decline, the urgency for Leonor to prepare for her future role became even more pressing. The Queen, ever the pragmatist, began imparting the wisdom she had gathered over her long reign. "Remember, my dear, a queen is not defined by her crown but by her ability to inspire hope and foster love," she advised during quiet moments in the palace gardens. Leonor listened intently, absorbing every word. She began to understand that her grandmother's legacy was not just about power and privilege, it was about compassion and connection. The final test. As the time for Queen Margaret to step down approached, a crisis erupted within the kingdom. A devastating natural disaster struck, displacing thousands and creating chaos. In the face of such adversity, the true test of Leonor's character emerged. With her grandmother's guidance, Leonor took charge, organizing relief efforts and rallying the royal family to support their people. The bond between the queen and her granddaughter became a symbol of hope for the kingdom. "Your strength inspires me," Margaret whispered, pride shining in her eyes as she watched Leonor lead with grace and determination. A new era. The day of Queen Margaret's abdication arrived, marked by a blend of celebration and sorrow. As she handed the crown to Leonor, their eyes met, a silent promise that their love would remain unwavering, even as the world around them changed. "Lead with love, my dear," the queen said, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. "You have the heart of a true queen." Leonor, now crowned, stood before her people, a mixture of nerves and excitement coursing through her. She recognized the weight of the crown on her head but also felt the unyielding love of her grandmother in her heart. The enduring legacy of love. As the years unfolded, Queen Margaret's love continued to guide Princess Leonor. The challenges of leadership were many, but the foundation of compassion and understanding built during their time together remained a constant source of strength. Even in her absence, Queen Margaret's influence was felt in every decision Leonor made. Her grandmother had shown her that true royalty lies not in power, but in the ability to uplift others. As Leonor faced the trials of her reign, she often found solace in the lessons of the past. The stories they shared, the adventures they embarked upon, and the wisdom imparted during quiet moments, these became the threads that wove the fabric of her leadership. Conclusion. A love that transcends time. Time may change everything, landscapes, societies, even the very nature of power, but the love between Queen Margaret and Princess Leonor remains eternal. It is a bond that transcends the challenges of the present and echoes through the corridors of history. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of love, a reminder that while the world may change, the hearts of those who love remain steadfast. As new generations emerge, the legacy of Queen Margaret's love for her favorite granddaughter will continue to inspire, reminding us all that in the face of change, love is the greatest constant of all. In the end, it is this love, unwavering and steadfast, that will guide Princess Leonor as she writes her own story, a story that will undoubtedly be enriched by the lessons learned from the remarkable woman who came before her. And as time marches on, one truth will always remain: love, in its purest form, knows no bounds.